And hello everybody, welcome on back to another episode of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. We are picking up where we left off. Time to head out to the open sea and see what trouble we can get ourselves into. uh Still, it's like no matter what changes, it's like my cringe will persist, and that, you know what, that's all I need out of life. We're going to actually fast travel over here. Ships carry different cargo. Wow. It's like we love... It's also so funny too, there's a thing about, like, I remember being a kid and playing a lot of games and being so often stuck and like reading the same tooltips over and over and over again. And now stuff loads so fast that it's like I never have to really read them. Like, Skyrim was always the biggest example I could think of. Because, you know, you'd sit there and you'd play and then you'd rotate the little object around that they have in the loading screen, and it just would take you forever to actually, like, get everything caught up. And now, you know, we can just hop in, play, and now a lot of times I was like, I can't even read the tooltips fast enough before it cuts out. I think it's interesting that they say early in the morning instead of early. Or that's just like an Americanization pronunciation, or... Man, don't tell me I need to upgrade the jackdaw. I'm fine.
So Thatcher's been topped. For fuck's sake.
He was outnumbered. I couldn't reach him.
Devil damn the man he was faced, but his heart was divided.
It's hard to let go of the life you know best.
My own idiot father liked to brag about how he meant to purchase a ship of his own. I'll get a privateering contract, Charlie. Your old dad'll be a captain. Drowned in a whiskey bottle before he ever left shore. Right, Kenway. Been musing on this plan of yours. This observatory you're always going on about. How do we know it exists?
We don't.
We find a slave ship called the Princess. Aboard should be a man called Roberts. He can lead us to it.
All them slavers work for the Royal African Company. Find one of their ships and start asking some questions.
Also, we have immediately switched from the Templar armor, because even though it gives us a bonus, I just like what we're wearing better.
Any that work for the Royal African Company.
You don't mean to traffic human cargo now?
No, Jesus, Adam. You know me better than that. We're only after information. Looking to find where the Princess docks in her spare time.
Princess. Slave ship.
Right. Blackbeard told me there's a good chance we'd find a sage aboard it.
I miss Blackbeard already. Oh, we're just going straight in on this, huh? Alright. Oh.
Can't that animal stay the course we agreed to?
Yeah, I can't believe he would do that. Good thing I wasn't planning to just immediately jump right on in and help. No sir, not me. I would never.
Sir, there's loot floating here.
Yar, there'd be loot floating in these waters. How long of a time, like how long has the term loot been a description for something like that? Because, you know, obviously it was like, I think the term loot, as in like the instrument, has been around for a while, but I wonder, like, the etymology of the word loot, as in like treasure. Which, I mean, obviously was like a lot of modernizations of things can be explained away by just the animus, I believe. Because that's always been one of the big things that's talked about on here, is that the animus, like, does some weird things language-wise. Not weird in, like, a bad way, but weird in, like, a... They do it to make it relatable for whoever is in it. Because there's obviously a lot of terminology that's either outdated or, you know, like, they have to translate a ton because all of Assassin's Creed 2, or all of the Ezio trilogy was, you know, in... would have been in, like, Italian, and it's like you can't expect everyone to know every language, so... There we go.
Don't sink that slaver ship, Kenway. There's hundreds of innocent men aboard.
I know.
Dang, there's like a boat over here going like full 45 degrees. Okay.
Larboard! Some sort of cargo there, sir.
See, this should be a pretty easy fight. I don't know why it was telling me that I would need to upgrade my ship. Unless I'm gonna go after like a man of war again here soon, but...
Slaver ship is running. Damn fool. I'll get it in the boat.
Oh, I'd like to see you try and run away.
Ready to fire, sir!
Damn that Captain Vin. He's unloading everything he has.
He's not careful. We'll get closer.
Dang, this ship's fast.
Awaiting orders! Fire!
Fire! I was like, man, you know what? They got a lot of really good, they got a lot of really good use out of that, though, huh?
All clear, pull away!
Chase those bastards down, Desmond. I'll murder the men who spoke my sin.
Keep calm, mate. Remember what we're after.
Keep wide of the fort, Captain. Those cannons have a long reach.
Oh, don't you worry. I know all about dealing with these forts.
Brace for impact!
Yeah! Use the fort's defenses to sink a ship. Ooh, that's a fun way of playing that.
We're ready, sir!
Let's go! See you. Nothing to even be worried about.
Now firing, sir!
We're going over. Find the captain.
Come on, me right, Dennis. You scurvy back and brain.
Guns and steel aren't louder than sticks. Spittle vein.
I've more than enough of all that.
Just find the captain.
And bang! They only got one guy? Come on.
Keep my deck clear! We have news! That's one of the squads that's pulling our deck!
Wait, why did he not have a weapon out? Seems pretty bad idea if you're not you know, like the omnipotent killing machine that is any character and being controlled by the Animus. I will always say that I think one of the coolest things that they did was play into the fact that this is all just like a simulation. We'll just jump up here. So there's like the fact that like the UI gives us that information and... Aw, come on, don't shoot me. I was trying to spare you, but...
This captain claims the princess sails out of Kingston every few months.
Right. We'll set a course.
You made ash of my sails and rigging, jackanapes. You owe me a share.
Damn it, Vane!
Oh, Charles, what a surly devil you are.
Don't fuck with me, Jack.
Oh, but it's my mandate to fuck with you, Charles. Lads! See, the boys and I had a bit of counsel
come
while
on.
we were wasting time with this slot. And, well, they figured I'd be a fitter captain than you reckless dogs.
I'll cut you another cunt, traitor!
Ooh. This one I figure I might sell for a tenner down in Kingston, but with you two grog blossoms, I can't take any chances.
You regret this day, Rackham.
I regret most of them already. Tie them up! Cast them off.
For the fact that we can take care of, like, you know, just infinite amounts of people.
I'll open you up, I'll tear out your organs, and string a bloody loot with them!
Stop your goddamn howling, Vane! There's no bloody use!
Well, well, the fearsome Edward Kenway speaks, eh? Pray tell us, Captain, how to quit this predicament. And tell us what genius you have for sailing a boat with no sails and no rudder.
Shut your gob!
Just that piece falling down at the same time. It's like, yep, that's a... You know what? I really like this movie. Gotta keep up with the theme.
Keep still now. I'll take these oysters you've ordered.
You mad sap. This island's crawling with food if only you'd care to look for it.
Yeah, I am looking, Louts. Found some just here. Don't!
Alright, time to
come
kill
forward
you now.
Do you hear me? Don't come looking for me.
Wretched fool.
Also, I do enjoy that we still actually have our assassins hidden blades. Just a nice little thing for us to have and, you know, still keep holding on to at this point. Also, I was like, if anyone's a survivor, though, you know, it's this guy. I also wondered, too, I was like, so would it be easier to survive shipwrecked in, like, this time period than it would be, you know, for modern day? Like, Because I guess a lot of these types that would be sailing would have a lot more at their disposal for possibly surviving in this situation than we would like in a modern day.
And a lasting peace, the bastion and the wealth increase. Come, let us drink it while we have breath, for there's no drinking after death. And he that will his health deny, down among the dead men, down among the dead men, let him lie.
Nothing like hearing shanties from a poor, sad man.
Go dance with the fishermen and their dories, Kenway! This island's mine! Come at me, and I'll cap you, bastard! It was your bloody imagination that landed us here, Kenway! I'll be damned if I let that mind make one more decision for me!
Will you not talk to me, Vane? Are you fixed on this madness?
Madness? Nothing mad about a man fighting to survive, is there?
I mean you no harm, you corker. Now let's work this out like gentlemen.
Oh, God! I've got a bleeding headache on account of your jabbering! Now stay back and let me live in peace!
I would if you stopped filching the food I gather and the water I find.
I'll stop nothing till you paid me back in blood. You was the reason we were out looking for slavers, and you was the reason Jack Rackham took my crew.
Gonna miss the guy when we kill him. Ooh, see, that's a fun little touch too, because like,
Another keystone.
since we don't have our sword, we can't do the normal clicking to the ground, so it's like we have to kind of just dust it off with our hands and feet. Like little details like that I always love. I think it's fun too going back as an adult and all this stuff, because like I have so much more of an appreciation for a lot of the choices that they make in this.
Vane!
Did he jump off?
Face me, man!
It's so funny, you know, he's sitting there talking this big game about how he'd cap us and we're gonna pay in blood, but then as soon as we get anywhere close, he runs. It's like, it's okay, buddy. I understand what you're going through. It's like sometimes the people you look up to are the most intimidating. Da, 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 da. Ooh, there's a crocodile. Oh. Oh, is that him getting shot?
I said not to follow!
Jesus, you've lost your head, man!
It's a fair exchange for finding these flintlocks and grenados.
Listen, Vane. We can hunt with those guns.
And I mean to!
The deadliest game. Oh.
You can't hide, Kenway!
Da, 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 da.
I'll blow you to hell!
Oh. Ow.
Not dead yet! Here!
Jerk, you shot me. Don't you worry, now I will make sure you regret that.
You and your bloody band fairy stories goes into this mess, Kenway. And I'll be damned if I let you drag me into another.
You keep this up, and I'll have to kill you, Vane!
Bloody try, by all means.
Oh. Yeah.
You coming, sir. I see you plain and clear.
How about that then, huh? Didn't expect me to walk around that way, I bet. And we'll just loot this chest, because nothing else as important is going on. Dang, I got no money, no resources, no weapons, no clothes. Tough.
It's either you or me who's leaving this island alive, Welsh. Because I'm not going to sail again in a world cursed by your ugly mug.
Why is everyone calling him ugly? You know, there's a... Come on. Oh, we're just gonna stay on this side. Yep. You know, there's actually specifically a mod for... You son of a... There's a mod that removes Edward's scars. Like, they put him back to make him look like what he does in the,
Bloody rags will be all that's left of you, Kenway.
what is it? In the flashbacks. And it's like... But the scars are like a big part of his character, you know? And I was like... I don't know, stuff like... Choices like that I think are weird, because I'm like, why is it that big of a deal?
I'll blow you to hell.
But also, I forget there are people that literally went and like whitewashed.
Not dead yet. Here.
Because there are literally people that went and whitewashed characters in like Baldur's Gate 3.
Goddamn fucking knave, Vane!
Nancy boy, you only done half a fucking job.
Fucking hell. Is this my reward for believing the best about men? For thinking that a bilge rat like you could muster up some fucking sense once in a while? Maybe Horner Gold was right. Maybe the world does need men of ambition to stop the likes of you from mucking it all up.
Or maybe you just don't have the stones to live with no regrets.
Don't save me a spot in hell, Shanker. I ain't coming soon.
What a hell of a line, too. A boat! Yeah, so I don't know, it's that thing where it's just like, it's crazy what people... Also, I really like this memory. It's just kind of crazy that people put in work like that, because it's like... just whitewashing characters and making them more attractive, quote unquote, and then it's just like racist. It's like the whole part, like the whole fun of games, especially fantasy games, is having like that diversity, you know? May 1719.
Stealing a fishing schooner single-handed. Damn canny, Captain.
As is taking back my brig from this pillock. Once again, I thank you both.
This Billy Huff didn't last 2 months with your ship before he came limping back to Nassau. Took the pardon straight away.
I had to, lads. That Rogers was onto me from the first.
Hold your tongue, Rackham.
So what now? Still chasing your elusive fortune?
Aye, and I'm close. I've heard the Sage is sailing out of Kingston on a ship called the Princess.
Put your ambition to better use, Kenway. Find the sage with us.
I've no stomach for you and your mystics, Mary. I want a taste of the good life. An easy life.
No one honest has an easy life, Edward. And it's aching for one that causes the most pain. All right, Rackham. Back to retirement.
Just saying, if you killed him, it would be really easy. It's like that scene in Austin Powers where he's just like, seriously, right now, just let me go to my room and grab my gun. We can shoot him together. It's like I promised you, it was like just putting an end to it real quick would make it a lot easier for everyone involved. Alright. Where are we heading next? Ah, Kingston. Not to be confused with, Canada? Canada's Kingston? I think that's it. Ah, you know what, while we're here, might as well just pay off a little bit of bounty we got going on, and... Ah, it's nice to have our gear back. Seeing someone jumping from the rooftops and being like, am I dreaming? They're like, no. There's just someone that is very skilled and cool. Ooh, also another good point about the Animus, like, actively being, you know, kind of a player in the story almost, is seeing stuff like that where, say if a character's not fully, like, rendered in or loaded in, when you walk around a corner, watching them kind of materialize. Like, it doesn't look as bad as when you're playing a game and then someone, like, pops in, because you expect stuff like this to happen. Imagine my surprise.
What news are they?
This Barjon works for the Royal African Company. Tell him what you told me.
I haven't seen the princess for 8 weeks or more, meaning she may soon be back.
What else?
I thought this buck belonged to the other men who was asking about the princess this morning, so I told him that...
What other men?
Haughty sailor in plain rags, and a gent with a scar just here.
Where have they got to?
Staying just round the corner, they said.
I grow tired of chasing these fantasies of yours, Edward. As does the crew.
Hang in there, man. We're getting close.
And yoink! Yoink. Yoink. We do this. Sabotage this bell. And we move forward.
Stop, attention!
As always, my one true weakness is looking for things. That's not close enough to lure you. Okay. Why don't we? Oh, come on. You're not gonna fall off? Just... Just go back to sleep. Oh, come on. Well, not really the combat I meant to get into, but I guess that works. Now we just get up here, try to take care of you before you fully get up. And I mean... Oh. Score 5,000 for lack of situational awareness. Oh.
Have you been in your cox? How have you been in your cox?
Well. If I can just get them to look away for long enough.
Stop!
Nope.
Have you alerted the men? We're short on time.
Aye. There'll be 2 soldiers waiting for us at the crossroads.
Very good.
If you don't mind me asking, sir, what's the meaning behind these blood samples we're taking?
Torres tells me that blood is required for the observatory to properly function. If one wishes to use the observatory to, say, spy on King George, then one would require a drop of the King's blood to do so. In other words, a small sample of blood gives us access to a man's...
Ah.
Does Torres mean to spy on me, then? For I've just given him a sample of my blood.
As have I, Captain Hornigold. As will all Templars. It is a measure of insurance.
And trust, I reckon.
Yes, but fear not. Torres has shipped our samples to a Templar safe house in Rio de Janeiro. We will not be the observatory's first subjects, I assure you.
Aye, sir. I suppose it's a small price to pay for what the Templars have given me in return.
Precisely.
Governor, when you hunted pirates in Madagascar, what methods worked best?
I believe it was my charisma that persuaded them. Violence and threats should always be a last resort. In Madagascar, I offered those pirates a choice. Take a pardon and return to England penniless with free men, or be hanged by the neck until dead.
Just as you did in Nassau.
Precisely. A pity Commodore Chamberlain did not live to see my thorough success.
It's not like you to gloat, Rogers.
Don't mind me. Nothing less suspicious than being caught and then immediately just running into foliage to hide in. Oh. Ah, yes, the classic. As soon as I go up literally at all, they can no longer see me. But yeah, that makes sense for this guy being so willing to take the deal and whatnot, that he's just a Templar. Templar, inside information, and all that fun jazz. But, so that's kind of cool that the way that the observatory works is like, it's not that they can spy on just anyone, they have to get a sample of blood first before they can spy on someone. Which, oh god, I was like, if that's like a... If that's still something that carries on into the modern day, you know, if the Templars have access to the observatory. I mean, I guess they probably have a lot more they can use to make it easier, because it wouldn't be hard for them to get blood samples, but it would be harder for them to get blood samples and like use facial recognition and whatnot. Well, there's just so many interesting things that they can kind of do with the information that you get exposed to while playing this game. You know, I guess all the Assassin's Creed games. They're like, ah, just what kind of shenanigans could the Templars really get up to? Just always a fun little thought experiment, you know? I'll say too, it's always weird when you have tailing sections and then there's like no dialogue for long periods of time.
The princess was taken by pirates 6 weeks ago, and so far as we know, the sage Roberts was still aboard.
Very good. It is something, no? And what measures are you taking to recover the princess from these pirates?
Captain Hornigold has dispatched some of his best men to ensure the sage's capture.
What of the sage's present location? Do we know?
Africa, Your Excellency.
Africa? By God. The winds do not favor that.
I concur, Grandmaster. I should have sailed there myself. One of my slave galleys would be more than capable of making a swift journey.
Slave galley? Captain, I ask you to divest yourself of that Sikh institution.
I fail to see the difference between enslaving some men and all men. Our aim is to steer the entire course of civilization, is it not?
A body enslaved inspires the mind to revolt. But enslave a man's mind, and his body will follow on. Natural. Efficient.
Oh. Uh-oh.
You're in my sights, sweetheart. I think I get it.
Well, that's not good.
What measures are we taking to recover the princess from these pirates?
Captain Hornigold has dispatched some of his best men to ensure the sage's capture.
What of the sage's present location? Do we know?
Africa, Your Excellency.
Africa? By God. The winds do not favor.
I concur, Grandmaster. I should have sailed there myself. One of my slave galleys.
Ah, dang it. I didn't expect that guy to be looking right there, I'll be honest. Alright, but it's fine. Third time's always the charm.
Captain Hornigold has dispatched some of his best men to ensure the sage's capture.
What of the sage's present location? Do we know?
Africa, Your Excellency.
Africa? By God. The winds do not favor that.
I concur, Grandmaster. I should have sailed there myself. One of my slave galleys would be more than capable of making a swift journey.
Slave galley? Captain, I asked you to divest yourself of that Sikh institution.
I fail to see the difference between enslaving some men and all men. Our aim is to steer the entire course of civilization, is it not?
A body enslaved inspires the mind to revolt. But enslave a man's mind, and his body will follow on. Natural. Efficient.
A fair point, Grandmaster.
Don't worry, like I said, we're gonna do the— oh, no. Don't look at me. Ah, we did it. See, yeah, third time's a charm. I wasn't even worried.
Where in Africa are we looking?
Principe, sir. A small island.
We've sent 2 of our best men, Burgess and Cochrane. Privateers with fast ships and firm hearts.
Edward Kenway! Imagine my surprise at seeing your jackdaw anchored there. Have you heard all you came to hear? Will you now rescue the sage from our clutching hands?
A pox on you, traitor! You sold us downriver.
Because I found a better path. The Templars know order, discipline, structure. But you never could fathom these subtleties. Goodbye, old friend. You were a soldier once, when you fought for something real. Something beyond yourself.
And the classic, not even gonna fight me. Alright, come on. Bring it. Oh. Ouch. There we go. Yeah, and then you're gonna do that. Oh. There you go. It's one thing I always enjoy when the combat like actually works for you is just you can take out so many people with no problem, almost all. There you go. And we got the optional objectives. Who am I? Oh no, I forgot to rate the memory. How will they know that I really like it? Alright, where are we headed next? All the way down here, huh? It's funny because I'm pretty sure I'm in Kingston, so I should have just sailed out of it. It's fine. It's a problem for other people to judge me for, not for me to care about. It's always a thing where it's like, there's always such a blend on how I feel for a lot of like using the fast travel and whatnot, right? Because it's like, obviously they built this big, beautiful, sprawling world and there's so much to see and do and whatnot, but then sometimes it's just kind of like, I'm just trying to enjoy the story at this point. Because truthfully, that's my main draw to a lot of this, is getting a chance to actually like play through the story and kind of see what's going on. And you know, I was like, I've done a fair bit of grinding in the like offline, doing a lot of the ship stuff, and while I do enjoy it, I was like, there's only so much of it that I feel like you can do before it hits that heavy like wall for me, and probably for most people. Because I mean, even Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, I enjoyed quite a bit, and I played through, and I really enjoyed it. It was just, I spent so many hours grinding the same mission over and over and over again, just because it was like, I had to in order to actually get the proper levels and whatnot to 100% it. It's just, like I said, I've never been much of an achievement hunter, but it's fun in theory. I think it's just about choosing games that have the right blend of like, the challenges are hard, not just time. But I was like, I've watched quite a few videos of different people that do 100% playthroughs of games and whatnot. Trust is earned.
Principe, Quartermaster. We're sailing for the coast of Africa.
And also, we've got roughly maybe like a quarter of the game left now, I think. Wow. We're braving new lands. Nope. Ah, actually, you know what? Let's go this way. Bang. They hit me and still. I was like, they hit me and they died. And I was like, that's. I was like, I remember when our ship was that weak. Don't mind me. Yeah, I'm just gonna fully sink you. Enjoy Davy Jones's locker, losers.
Get the mains free! Loose all and crimps out to the wind!
Load on all the sail we have!
We have got a sage to rescue. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm off to find Roberts.
Don't stay long. Crew's getting restless out.
Don't worry, I'll be back in a jiffy. Call me Lube the way, I'll be back in a jiffy. Again, sometimes it's like I just say stuff and I'm like, I don't know if you ever have that that kind of vibe where you just sit there and you're like, I'm gonna say something really cringy. And whether or not you say it, but it pops into your head, you're like, why is that my default? Well, I mean, you made that too easy on me now, didn't you? I am curious though, because I was like, why is the sage working with, you know, like, slavers? Nope.
Captain Kenway. Yet another dire situation, Roberts. We really must stop meeting like this.
Stop tailing me and your wish had come true.
There's no need for this. You know I'm as good as my word.
Our Captain Howell was killed today in a Portuguese ambush. Headstrong fool. I warned him not to go ashore.
It was orchestrated by the Templars Burgess and Cockram. The same sort that took you to Havana.
Ah, I see now there is no escaping the Templars' attention, is there? I suppose it is time to fight back.
I do like the sound of that.
And I know just how I'll do it. But these men, Burgess and Cockram, they cannot be allowed to leave with word of my escape.
They won't. Count on it.
If you spot any
don't
men
worry,
from my crew,
Bucka.
do them some kindness and send them here.
I'll do all I can.
Double assassinate them. Ooh, that would be... We can try and go for a challenge, I guess. Oh. So long and good night. And then what we got? Free Pirate 0 of 2. We could probably do that some. Oh, we'll just take you for a little roll in the hay. Take care of you. Come on over here. Slide over here and give me a moment. Your moves are so raw, I've got to let you know. It's always fun because I was talking about it with some friends earlier, and you know, it's like, so I'm only, you know, mid-20s, whatever. But my knowledge for a lot of stuff is like very eclectic. And so I grew up, you know, around my parents who obviously are 20 years older than I am. Alright, well, I guess not obviously because they could have been any range, but yeah, that was a dumb way of phrasing that, but you know, I was like, my parents, you know, only about 20 years older than I am. And so since I grew up with that influence, like I grew up with I kind of grew up with them. And I grew up with a lot of people, you know, my parents' age as opposed to people my age. Especially because I moved around a lot and whatnot. So it's like it ended up being a lot of just picking up stuff from them, and you know, I listened to a lot of like 90s grunge and alternative, and so my music knowledge on that end, you know, there's a lot of stuff like that that definitely predates me because, you know, people my parents' age, the music that I'm referencing was stuff that they listened to in high school and whatnot, but I knew it when I was in high school. And it's always funny because it's like, so you got that, and so I have so much knowledge of stuff on that end. Like I said, a lot of references that predate me and whatnot. But on the same hand, I've also not really watched a lot in the way of like movies and TV. So I also am missing like such big chunks of a lot of that kind of stuff. Pull up your socks and grab your cocks. That's a... Who needs rise and grind gamers when you can pull up your socks and grab your cocks? I'm gonna have to remember that one.
Up with your monger. Lend the bosun a hand.
Da 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 da. Run and jump in across the rooftops. Oh no. No, no, no.
There's only what you can carry, maggots. We're not waiting on no one.
Well, on the bright side, we didn't trigger a fight with them. So we might still be able to... We might be able to air assassinate them still. Just need them to get close enough together.
Roust yourselves and haul your asses to port. We're weighing anchor.
You're weighing anchor. Ah, you... Come on. Okay. Well, that didn't go quite the way I'd wanted it. Oh. Well, we tried.
You did us good, Kenway. Proved yourself a true bravo. And for what? His own bloody pride.
You stepped in the path of my prize. Not a thing a man should do.
A cocksure, Cully. Just like Hornigold said.
That Templar scab means nothing to me. None of you do.
And you're worse for it, Kenway. It were the Templars who took us in when all else went to shit. Not our king. Not our country. The Templars. The Templars is our family. Where's yours?
Dang. You just said you have no family. Crazy.
In honest service, there are thin commons, no wages, none. Yet as gentlemen of fortune, we enjoy plenty and satisfaction, pleasure and ease, liberty and power.
I was trying to figure out who that was for a second.
Would choose the former life, when the only hazard we pirates run is a sour look from those without strength or splendor. Ha! Now, I have been among you 6 weeks, and in that time, I have adopted your outlook as my own, and with so fierce a conviction that it may frighten you to see your passions reflected from me in so stark a light. But if it's a captain you see in me now, why then, I'll be your ready captain. Yeah!
I love a good
My hands
speech.
in muddied waters, and withdrawing them, find 'tis better to be a commander than a common man.
You flatter me with your persistence. I'm looking for the observatory. Folks say you're the only man that can find it.
Folks are correct. Despite my distaste for your eagerness, I see in you a touch of untested genius. I'm Bartholomew Roberts.
Edward.
I've no secrets to share with you now. But if you'll lend me your aid, in 2 months' time west of the Leeward Islands, well, it's there you'll get some answers, I promise you.
Alright. I really like this movie. Ooh, are we gonna quick transport to this, or are we going back to the real world? Ah, we are just fast traveling to this point, which is perfect.
Funny that. With scurvy, the fix is more pleasant than the cause. When you catch a dose from a horn, must treat it with quicksilver. You're fonder of getting the disease than you are of curing it. Something biting at you.
Ah, all men desire to live by a code or a creed, yes? Yet when pressed, most defer to their instincts rather than the laws that bind them. But what is the appeal of a creed if it does not yoke all men to like behavior?
Might make a man feel like he belongs to something. What's your answer?
Oh, that all men are sheep. And that an old wolf like me deserves every ounce of blood he draws. Sail to this location. Bring only those you trust.
Okie dokie then. I do love just getting to see questions like that though. Because I mean, that 100% makes sense, right? It's like people are very eager to have something that makes them feel like they belong a part of something, even if it's not, you know, something they would follow to in their most pressing moments. At the end of the day, I was like, community is important. Because humans are very community-driven people, or community-driven, like, animals. I think a species is the right word for that. So it's always stuff like that where it's just interesting to think about, because it raises a really, really good point, but it 100% makes sense. Like, people want to belong to something, and I was like, and I could see too that there's a lot of that sheepish behavior, like especially when you start looking into politics and where the state of like the U.S. is and whatnot. There's a lot of people that just kind of blindly follow and don't care to question because they're like, ah, it doesn't affect me. When that's always going to be ultimately the selfish way of handling it. How do we get out of here? Okay, yeah, so we'll go this way and then we'll head straight. So, I think of that a lot because, like I said, we're in a very dangerous place politically right now, and I was like, I think it is effective to raise questions and have people ask questions and people communicate that there's questions that we should be asking. Like I said, I'm not really bothered by saying too much about it, because I was like, there's no harm in it. Even if the worst people you know will most likely try to push harm to people that try to go against the grain, but here we are. I guess the benefits of being small. It's like small and unknown, you know? But especially since one of my goals was like, because I think one of my main goals with making this content is just having recorded preservation of what we got going on. In games like this, where it's like, say one day stuff becomes unplayable, we have the option to look back and see people's experiences with it, and then this also does a good job of kind of capturing the time frame in which we're in. You know, like, because you'll be able to see it from when it's uploaded, and then even not if I mention right now that, you know, it's 2025, like, we're in April. Because we're in April of 2025, and I was like, who knows where we'll be in a couple of years from now? Who knows where this channel will be in a couple of years from now? Will it be the same thing where I just always kind of burn myself out and then don't make anything for a while? Or will I keep up with just kind of uploading low? It's funny because it's like, it is, but isn't low effort. Because sitting here talking to yourself for hours on end isn't the easiest. Especially without having a chat or anything like that to interact with. And, you know, it was like, I'm not even particularly getting much in the way of any sort of motivation other than just my own intrinsic, like, I enjoy this. This is what I want. So as we go on, you know, we'll figure out more and just kind of see where it goes from there. Oh, ahoy, bucka.
Ah, Captain Kenway. Shall we use your ship for this next scheme or mine?
I'd first hear the details before deciding.
Oh, it's a small gambit. This fount of information has just told me that a nearby galleon contains the treasure I seek. For his sake, I hope he's right.
You've thought this plan through?
Indeed. Using this man, we'll acquire a Portuguese flag, which will get us as close to our target as possible. It's a very simple idea, if you follow my orders to the letter.
The jackdaw, then.
Excellent.
We're underway, Roberts. So what's your plan?
The flagship of this fleet is transporting a valuable treasure in a large chest. Crystal phials filled with blood. You may remember.
We're chasing drams of blood. Is that all?
I asked you to follow my instructions to the letter, Captain, but I did not give you leave to question why. I want those blood vials intact, and if that does not happen, we part as enemies. Do you understand?
I'll try to, aye.
Ah. See, I'm very curious because like this guy is definitely bad news. But it's like I am very curious about what the sage's entire, like, I guess, motivation is. And also, it's like, so does this imply that it's like the same person that's been reincarnated multiple times, or, you know?
There's the thing for us, Captain. You see that ship here? You'll need its flag for this ruse to work.
If I can steal their flag without disturbing so much as a flea, I'll do it.
By all means, try.
Bet. We know how good I am at stealth.
Que Deus o guarde e proteja, senhor. Como se encontra nesta noite tão formosa? Muito bem, obrigado. Só pequeno passeio por entre a frota para ver se não pode bem. Boa forma. Está tudo em ordem por enquanto?
Sim, senhor. Tudo em ordem, senhor. Estamos apenas à espera que o nosso navio almirante seja reabastecido antes de zarpar. Ah, e julgo que um dos nossos navios mercantes da nossa frota necessita de um novo mastro. Há homens em terra neste momento em busca de uma árvore que sirva de tal propósito.
Bem, embarcadores de bom? Não? Quantos julgas serão?
Compõem a maior parte da nossa frota, senhor. Dos nossos 42 navios, diria que mais de 2/3 são embarcações mercantis.
Alright. I guess that works.
Não duvido que estejam com receio dos piratas. Então.
Sim, senhor, exatamente. Daí as nossas precauções.
It's like, yeah, just keep them talking, buddy.
Esta frota necessita de bastante proteção. Não é uma tarefa leve guardar quase 3 dúzias de navios.
Yeah, look at us go. Nope, they would never even notice.
Prazer falar consigo, jovem. Entrego os meus cumprimentos ao seu capitão.
Certo, senhor. Ele de momento está a dormir. Vai lamentar não ter tido a oportunidade para falar consigo.
É uma pena.
Da 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 da. We did it. We did it. And he's any Dora the Explorer face. It's always my favorite. Was like, because as time goes on, you know, I listen to a lot of other.
Aye, and we're flying it now. This should do nicely.
Listen to a lot of like different stuff. You know, I've been listening to recently here a lot of.
Slow and steady.
Aye, the flag we stole won't protect us from eyes that pry too long.
I've been listening to a lot more just kind of like, I don't know what specifically they call it, but I guess like emo metal rap, because there's a shonen playlist on Spotify.
He's a static.
And something that's been really fun is just some of the usage of lyrics and everything, because it's like all of it is just very heavily like there's so many meme lines, and I was like, you just have to constantly ask yourself questions and be like, wow, someone really not only thought of that, but then wrote it and then worked it into a rap, and it sounds good on top of everything. Like, there's just so many like crude and rash things. I'm like, you know what? Honestly, absolutely more power to you, because that's what makes me want to create stuff. Is just be like, how can I work this into a conversation?
Up ahead! They're unloading something from that ship!
Could that be our prize? Perhaps you should go ashore, Captain Kenway. Find that chest. It contains the prize I seek.
Sure thing.
Podemos falar com o capitão do navio?
Olá, olá! É o próprio! Peço perdão pela minha resposta abrupta. Sei ter mais notícias para transmitir. É possível que ficamos infectados pela peste.
O quê? A peste? Por Deus! Como foi isto acontecer?
Imagino que terá sido infectado. Estarem em paz? Quando? Encontraremos uma forma de organizar uma quarentena.
The only plague we're dealing with is that of free thought, am I right?
A peste? O capitão daquele navio estão afetados pela peste. O que vamos fazer? Ouvi uma história sobre um espanhol que foi visitar o nosso almirante. Cá para mim, isto era uma traição.
Sim, ouvi dizer que se chamava Torres. Tempos
Ah,
estranhos
Torres, I recognize that
pode andar
name.
a passear pelo convés de um dos nossos vasos de guerra.
Aquele briga a fazer ali. Falta bandeira, mas acho que não estou a fazer isso bem.
Yeah, we got both of them. It's fine. Just sneak on over here. See, that's the thing. I was like, with stealth, again, I've never been a patient person in video games, but one of the best things you can do for yourself is like, just take your time. Okay. Like, God, I played Shadow Sticks as like a series on here, and that game was like pure stealth because you don't really have many, if not any at all, real like combat ability. Oh, damn it. Alright, well. Oh. Oh, come on. I was in the middle of using it as a human shield. That's not fair to attack me like that. Yeah, how does it make you feel? You just shot all of your own buddies, and then I shot you. Empty blood vials. Alright. I'm gonna say the jackdaw better be coming around the corner if they need me to tail that ship. Swim for a total of 2 NMI nautical miles.
The chest they hauled ashore was full of empty vials. Where's our Portuguese captain?
He had outlived his usefulness.
Where is he?
Sleeping soundly at the bottom of the sea.
How many men must we kill for a simple prize?
As many as drift into our path.
You're so lucky I want access to that observatory so I can help you. So I'm helping you with your evil BS.
Men who ran the same gauntlet and lost their way.
They're made of sterner stuff, are they?
How often have those been a sailor's last words, I wonder?
Yeah, but we're the main character and we have an heir somewhere, I believe.
Hold down. Leave the mains.
I guess not really this way, huh? I should have, you know, sometimes you just don't pay much attention and then you realize that you're, making some dumb choices. Which, I mean, what's new? It's like dumb choices are what's gotten me to this point in my life, and learning that those were dumb choices, you know, is what's saving me now.
Our treasure must be aboard that galleon. Why don't you take the ship itself and save us a bit of time?
Aye, that's the way I'd play it.
I can bring the jackdaw closer, but those lookouts will be a problem.
Well spotted. I'll clear them off first.
Don't you worry, buddy. If there's anything I'm built for is taking care of problems. Taking care of business, if you will. Alright, let's see if... okay, well, instantly... I mean... The boat is right there, so is this really that much of an issue if if we're starting an open gunfight and you know, as I just had to make a joke about being good at clearing problems and then instantly proving myself wrong. But hey, maybe they didn't hear that. I'm gonna sabotage this bell for good measure. Ah, see, this is... Oh. This is the path I'm surely meant to take. Alright, over here. Ah, sucker. Got yourself killed because weren't paying attention. Take care of yous. Okay. And now... Well, so much for not getting into conflict, but it's fine. That's so funny for being able to skip everything.
We've been spotted. Took them long enough.
To quarters all, man the cannons! Every last hand!
On your command, Captain! Let's hear the roar of this beast!
Ah, yes.
Head out some sail! More sail! All sail!
I love when they give you access to the big boats. Like, that's a lot of damage.
Working on it.
The good old Billy Mays, like, yeah, I think Billy Mays did that's a lot of damage. Because you have the Billy Mays commercials that are like just all-time classics that I think truly will never get old. Oh wow, the mortar does a lot of damage, huh?
Brave! Go to hit them! Nothing like the hot winds of hell blowing in your face!
Hey, look, you can't just replace Blackbeard like that. Like, I don't know who you think you are, but can't just act like that and pretend that you can get away with this whole shtick. I'll say, this boat's kind of slow, isn't it? Which, I mean, we're still fine, but... Not that far of a mortar range, huh?
Awaiting your mark, Captain.
Yeah, go ahead and just... There you go. I love when dialogue just gets interrupted like that. Okay. Now we're good. What? Where did you guys come from?
Ready to box, sir.
There we go.
Unfold veins, let's move! Get the veins free!
Here's my prize. Ah, the Templars have been busy, I see. Lawrence Prince's blood. Useless now. Woods Rogers, Ben Hornigold, even Torres himself. Small quantities kept for a special purpose.
You must take me to the observatory, Roberts. I need to know what it is.
To what end, eh? Will you sell it from under my nose? Or work with me and use it to bolster our gain?
Whatever improves my lot in life.
How ridiculous. A merry life and a short one, that's my motto. It's all the optimism I can muster. All right, Captain Kenway. You've earned a look.
Let's go. We can do that, and then we can finally kill this guy. I really like this memory. Alright. So hopefully next episode we'll actually get to see some of the stuff going on. So I'm going to go ahead and call it there. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that fun jazz. And I will see you in the next one.